And welcome back to the Klonoa series with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. And this is the last Klonoa game I will be covering in my Let's Look At series on the Klonoa series. This is a game that is on a console that wasn't released even in America. This is Klonoa Midnight Museum, and was released in between 1997 and 1998 on the Bandai Wonderswan. Seriously, that is insane. A game that was released on the Wonderswan. A console I've only heard about on the thing, and only recently in the 2010s, so yeah. And if you can't tell, it's a game that is seemingly monochrome, which, kind of out of my thing. The only game console I know of that that did it in that sort of thing was a Game Boy and the Tiger Gamecom. Seriously. Likewise with Klonoa Heroes, the legendary Star Medal, this one is also a fan translation. So yeah. Apparently, this one is actually a platformer though, just like with, dare I even say it, the games that were on the Game Boy Advance. So both Empire of Dreams and Dream Champ Tournament. So yeah, apparently the moon has been stolen. Yeah, that is a thing in this game apparently. Not only that, you probably won't get any waves at the beach either, but wasn't the artist? What? The artist took the... Okay, this has to be a joke, right? It certainly sounds like a joke. Also, the music is very, very 8-bit, so it is an 8-bit system. So yeah. Though, if I can say anything about this console, it does push the boundaries of the graphical system of an 8-bit system. Kind of like with how, dare I say, some of the later Game Boy games in the 90s did it. Seriously, I mean, you compare something like Super Mario Land 1 to Super Mario Land 2, and Hupo? Wait, who's mentioning Hupo here? Apparently, yeah, Hupo is in this game as well. Yeah, I don't know how that is, but Klonoa and Hupo end up in the thing. So yes, looks like we do have a game that does include Hupo once again. This one, however, does make a bit more sense as it was released closer to Daughter Phantom Isle, but it is weird that, once again, Klonoa is with Hupo. And also note that Klonoa is in his first game design as well. Here he's wearing the choker and everything. And yes, before you ask, he does get a wahoo cry as well in this game as well, as we will see. So, let's actually get to the gameplay here. The actual gameplay, as I've mentioned, is fairly similar to the Game Boy Advance games. You pick up enemies, you throw them in that way. The difference is you do not have to collect MacGuffins to complete each vision, as it were. So yeah, apparently you, and likewise you can do the wahoo jump, of course, with various enemies. Honestly, this looks really good as well on a system that I barely know about, seriously. I like also the fact the animations with the moves. You pick them up and they grow smaller and then they grow bigger. That is awesome. Which is the case with the main series as well. So yeah, I like this. And it is really detailed as well. Much like, dare I say it, Super Mario Land on the Game, or Super Mario Land 2 anyway, on the Game Boy. So yeah, this is a really good looking game for a console for a game even that predates Empire of Dreams on the Game Boy Advance. Seriously, that came out, I think, the same time as Lunatea's Veil. So yeah. And it probably plays a lot more like Daughter Phantom Isle. We don't get the herbals, probably, and the liqueurs. Thank God. Just going through Ishra's arc with the curries was a pain in the ass, but yeah. But now I can see where the Game Boy games got their idea, at least, with the whole idea as well. Apparently saving is saved on a ticket and whatnot. The world map is non-existent in this game. Understandably, it is an 8-bit, or at least it reminds me of the 8-bit system. I don't know, I should have done a bit more research into the Wonderswan, but yeah. So yeah. Likewise, we also have to get keys to open doors and whatnot. So yeah, already borrowing from the main series, more so than the first one. I'm glad they didn't put the MacGuffins in this one. I will give Namco this, and Bandai as well. Although maybe we do still have to look for MacGuffins because there are keys to unlock doors. Again, it's not like with Fallout Forest though, but maybe a little bit. Also, I like that Klonoa's wind bullet in this game looks like he's using a yo-yo. Seriously. And yes, he does still go wahoo. He does still go wahoo. You cannot have Klonoa without him going wahoo. I don't know if he goes Hanya when he gets hit, but we'll see. But that being said, yeah, that's basically the game, I guess. Are there any bosses, though, I wonder? Oh, but it seems the boxes originated in this game. Yes, if you saw on my Let's Look at the Game Boy games, the Game Boy Klonoa games, should I say, you will see that there was a new gameplay mechanic that was or I thought at least was introduced in there, but no, it's actually in this game. Who knew? So this game may well have been the pretty much the catalyst for the Game Boy games, and it does show. It does show, and it really well actually. Because a lot of the gameplay quirks that are in this game are in the Game Boy games. So yeah. What do I think of this game? Honestly, it looks good. Seriously. As I say, the Wonderswan, even more obscure than the Turbo graphics. So I'm not gonna say put this one on the Switch, unlike what I said with the Game Boy games. But yeah, but I will say this: Namco must have decided to borrow heavily from these games for the. Certainly the two platformers on the Game Boy. So yeah. And also the Goomies are here. And yes, they are called Goomies. I had to look through the thing and those are called Goomies. I didn't call them that when I did Klonoa 2 though, but never mind. Anyway, that's it for the Klonoa series. So the next game I'm going to cover on my channel, well, it may not be for a while because I've got a fair few other games I want to get through before I think of doing any new ones. So, yeah, that'll be it for this one. I'll see you for the next game. Goodbye!